Okay, folks, back with you here. As I was saying, I went out to Kingwood to try to get away from them, and I figured I'd stay out in the woods, but no, they had drones follow me out in the woods. So, there's really no way. At that point, I was really starting to lose my mind, and my dog just died. I was broke because I spent all this money, and that's their game. They want to get you broke. They want to get you completely without anything on the streets because that's where they're going to hit you the hardest. I've got people doing drive-bys. If I walk out on that street right now, I've got blue lights coming at me in all different directions. I've got loud cars driving by me, and I got people putting quinolone antibiotics into the air in front of me. And earlier today, the motorcycle guys are the worst. I don't know if they're putting it in their fuel or if they just have those little things on the back where it missed out as they go down, down the road. I've seen those in I even seen a truck one time that was driving outside Home Depot that was misting that mosquito stuff in the air, and this thing just they have these air misters now, and boy, they're just like a weapon distributor. People don't know those air misters can be used as a weapon, but I think a lot of people do know. I think a lot of people are using. I don't think it's just the government using these quinolones. I think that normal people are using these things too because they picked it up and figured it out. But yeah, if they only knew what they were doing to their bodies, and they're not affected. It affects everybody. I don't care what they think that they're invincible. That this drug's not affecting them, but it affects everybody. I don't care. It's destroying your DNA, and that's all there is to it. If you do the research on it, then you'll find that out. But anyway, yeah, I'm here in Pasadena, and but after I left Kingwood, this is been going on for months. This is I would say probably 8 months ago I had $6,000. These people have kept me moving, and I burned all my money up on gas and other things. And I tried going to the beach, and I figured out a way away from their drones, and I went down to the beach because see down on the beach the wind's always blowing. So, but they figured out a way down there. They had people coming up and harass me on the beach. They had guys with hang gliders, those glider deals. They would get right in front of me out in the water so the wind could blow it into me. And they tried that first. That was their first tactic, and they knew that I knew what they were doing. And I'd get up and move, and these guys would start following me down the way. It's just, when I get up in the morning to drink, I remember one morning I got up to drink my coffee, and I made my coffee, and the police came and parked right behind me, and then this other car with some other people were parked because the cop had some people pulled over on the beach in front of me. No, in front of him, and then their friends were in the back, and they were putting quinolones in the air to mess me up. And it's just tactics like this for these folks that they're using. The police are in on it. When I was downtown before I went to Kingwood, the police were putting it in the air. The police would drive by and missed it into the air. That's how they were getting me down. Because see, downtown they couldn't find anybody, in a network. They couldn't network. Those people were getting off work, so they're not going to mess with that. But so the police, were get involved in when they can't find somebody to mess with you. If you're in an area where they can't find anybody in their network, then they'll get the police to come harass you. And they do the same when I try to put these videos on. The other night when I tried to put those videos on, I was sitting at a Starbucks hidden from everyone. But mysteriously, these police show up and start putting quinolones in air, and all of a sudden, my eye starts to malfunction because the quinolones are in the air, and I'm, focusing on the computer, and yeah, that's how they stop you. See, it's all distraction, and it can be more than a distraction; it's torture. But I don't know. I'm working my way through it. But yeah, anyway, I found a really decent place down on the beach, but you're only allowed to stay there 30 days. So you can't stay there forever. But I'm sure if you had a vehicle and you learned how to get away from these quinolones and these drones, but I think they also use birds. They use insects and birds. Don't think they can't do this. I seen on with Woody Norris, the guy that developed the directional sound. he actually developed a fly that he can fly around and drop a device on the back of your window and listen into what you're saying in your car. So if they can, develop a fly that can fly around electronically, I mean, they can cover these things with make them look like birds. They can make them look like insects. They can, come up and bite you and inject cipro into you, or inject some other drug into you, and you think it was just a mosquito bite, or a fly bite, or horse fly bite, or they use horse flies a lot. They've done that to me. I tell you, boy, that's just low down and dirty. But yeah, folks, I found away from the quinolone. I'm back here now. I'm just sucking it up because I don't know. That's what happened when I was down on the beach. They finally figured out a way. I put a for sale sign on my RV, and they've done this to me before. It's not the first time. I just slacked up and forgot. I got a bad memory sometimes, and they sneak up on me. They got some kid to get in my car, and he put one of those cipro misters in my RV somewhere, and I can't find it. And yeah, I was walking around one night, my hernia just like almost completely ripped out, ripped open. So now I've got a hernia again, and I'm back walking on the streets with a hernia, and I can't live in my RV. See, they've got me, in my RV. I had it set up to where the fans were sucking the air out, and I could pretty much protect myself from during the day. I could get inside and shut the windows, and they wouldn't be able to get the quinolones in there because they'd have people come up and just start smoking cigarettes, or just misting in the air around, or a car. They're well, they got a loud sound back here. I think they're even misting it here right at the library. I've been to several parks and several government places. I mean, just any government place you go to, the parks or libraries. I've even had them use it on me in the library. So I think that right here at the door they have a mister that mists it out. And if you get out of line or do anything, or if anybody gets out of line for that matter, I mean, I think the cipro is really biogenetic. I think it is. I don't know for sure. I haven't read that far into it, but I think it's a biological weapon, and I think it only affects certain people's DNA. And if you have or maybe it may even only affect minorities, or it may just affect weaker people. I think when I got poisoned with it a couple times there at those restaurants, like I got poisoned in San Antonio at a CC. Some guys poisoned me and put it in my soup. When I walked off and left my soup on the table, the workers did this. And it was about the time that I posted that sign. I had just posted a sign on my RV about that movie, Esoteric Agenda. And then mysteriously I got poisoned. But yeah, I'm losing train of thought here, folks. But I'm just going to continue on here. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're using air misters on me. They're using cipro heavily, using blue lights. Because see, these blue lights, they actually burn the retina, and people don't know this. I don't know why they put them on these cars, but it's just another part of the game. See, I mean, people now at nighttime, people are burning their retina, so that's more people that have to go to the eye doctor, and it's more people that lose their vision. And remember this: your vision is the light of your soul, and without your vision, you're not gonna be very enlightened. But yeah, they're using cipro on me. That's all I can tell you at this point. And I don't have a video camera at this point. I've got a video camera, but I don't have the memory card. I bought the wrong memory card, and now I'm stuck with it. My camera can't read it, so I'm going to wait until I get some money, and I'm going to buy the right memory card. And I'm going to try to catch some of this action on video. I want you to see this on hand and in person. I mean, I want you to see when I walk into Walmart several times, and when I come out, there's guys out here with these big blue lights. I'm not going to be able to show you the quinolones because that's an airborne thing, and there's probably no way I can prove that. When I got poisoned a couple times, I went to several labs to see if they could test my blood for quinolones, and they said, well, we have no test for that. So that makes it all more that makes everything all more the better for them, because they can poison you with this and there's no proof. But, oh, folks, my video's, I'm gonna have to cut it off here. I'm at 9:48, so I'm gonna try to make another one here. But over and out, folks.